Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Nancy from nancybadillo.com and welcome to another episode of XC Shop Critique. Today I will be doing a critique on the shop called Nana's Bouquet by the owner Kathleen. So Kathleen, thank you for letting me do a review of your shop. So let's go ahead and get started. Anything that I recommend in this video, I will leave all the links in the link box below. There's going to be like this little box below the video. If you click there, you'll find all the links and all the resources that I'm currently using on this video. And I will also, Kathleen, email you the links so you can have them firsthand. So let's go ahead and get started. So I did an audit on this listing right here. So the first thing I want to talk about is product photography. And it's one of the most important factors, if not the most important one, when someone is deciding whether they're going to buy your product or not. So you have to make sure that your product, your photography is compelling enough that they want to click on the picture and buy the item. At the current moment, when I look at this item, I really didn't know that it was a changing pad. I actually thought in the beginning it was a blanket for some reason. So this gives you an example that when somebody's searching for something, if they don't really know what it is or they think it's something else, the likelihood of buying is very low because what they're going to do is they're going to keep scrolling through other people's listings. You want to make sure that your main picture, one, is the best picture, but also you want to make sure that the main picture is very clear in detail and the person has no confusion of what they're buying. They will look at the picture and know that this is actually a baby changing pad. If they look at it and there's confusion, they're not really sure what it is, then you need to redo the picture for sure, because no matter how great or how amazing your product is, a bad photo could prevent you from making a sale. And I looked through your items and you do have beautiful items and everything is very nice. However, the pictures can make you a sale or not make you a sale. I would definitely recommend investing the time and energy in learning how to take photography. If you don't have the time and energy for that, you can always hire someone else to do your photography. You could do you could use like a light box. I don't know if you heard of these. And you could buy one on Amazon. And a light box, you could put the product inside the box. It will have like a nice clear background, a white background, and this is what a light box looks like. And you could get one for like under $50. And it makes sure whenever you take a picture of something, it really does make it stand out. It looks nicer, there's no shadows, and you could change the background to different colors. But I recommend doing something like that only because the picture is what's going to make the person buy your actual product. You got to think about it this way. Online shopping, like when you go to a department store, you're able to pick up the item, you're able to touch the item, you're able to feel the texture. However, when you shop online, whether it's e-commerce like Etsy or Amazon or any other stores online, all you have is the photo. That's all you could go by. So the photo has to be amazing. You have to have a photo that when people are browsing, they weren't really shopping for your item, but your item is so spectacular that they actually end up buying your item as well. That's the kind of photo that you want. So I would definitely work on redoing your pictures. I would do a clear background. You see how here you have a print? It kind of makes it hard. It's distracting. Do I get both of these? Is this just like a wallpaper? It's a little confusing. So I would just take the picture with a clear, subtle background. You have some pictures in here that are very blurry, like this one right here. So you have the person could select a pattern. So they could select the pink one. But if I wanted the pink one, I wouldn't buy it because I can't barely see the picture. Even when I zoom in, it doesn't let me zoom in because I guess the picture is too small. You have, I guess, a ruler or something. Yeah, I would just redo the picture, especially this one here. You should never put a picture up that you're not proud of, or if it's like blurry or if you're in a hurry, don't do it because people won't buy from you. This picture is actually pretty decent, to be honest. This one, I feel like it could be a little bit better. I know that you're doing the close-up of the pattern, but it's not doing any justice to it. I think that The patterns are pretty. It's just that the picture is not clear enough for some reason. So they're coming out kind of blurry. I wouldn't necessarily maybe use your camera if you're zooming in. Maybe use like a regular nice camera if you have one. I'm not sure what you use for these, but they are very blurry. And the main picture should focus on the actual item. I would recommend even having a baby or something, almost like you're showing people how it's used, because then instantly the person knows, oh, that's a changing pad. So I will really, really work on your pictures. There's a company called Waterfy that I wanted to recommend you. Once you change up your pictures, let's say you get new pictures, you add all 10 pictures, you did your, photography again, you could go to this company. They have a free 30-day trial. You could sign up with them. And what they do is that they take your first two pictures. So they will take this one and then this one. And they will swap it out in and out, in and out for a period of 30 days. And at the end of the 30 days, they're going to give you a data saying this picture got so many clicks compared to this picture. And it's going to tell you which picture drove you more traffic to your shop, which pictures got more clicks, and which pictures got you more sales. And that's going to give you an idea of overall what kind of pictures work better for your shop. And you could do one picture of the baby, like changing the baby, and then the other picture could just be of the changing pad. And that way you have a comparison of those two pictures and see which one works better for your shop. But definitely, one of the biggest suggestions is changing your pictures for sure. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. So the next thing I want to talk about is SEO, search engine optimization. So SEO is the way that people find your Etsy shop. And I'm using Etsy Rank, and it's a free tool for all Etsy sellers. And you could do keyword research, you could do category research, you could pretty much do anything. You could plug in your shop. It tells you what tags are what listings are missing tags, what listings have misspelling in the listing description or in the tags. It has so many nice features like that. I highly recommend, if you're not currently using it, to start using it for sure. So as you can see, these are the keywords that you currently have for that listing. And any keyword that has high or very high, it means that it's too competitive. Too many people are using that same particular keyword. So therefore, if you want to rank for that keyword organically, it's going to be very hard for you to rank organically because there's like 10,000 other people using it. If you were to run an Etsy ad, your cost per click is going to be very high due to that everybody else is using it as well. So if you take this keyword here, let's look up diaper change. And you were to go to Etsy.com, right? And you type it in the search engine on Etsy. You're going to see it's going to come up and it's going to auto-populate how many people are using it. There's 8,000 other people using it. So that one is not as bad, but it's very competitive. So you have to find keywords, I would say, under 6,000 listings. That way you could have a better chance of ranking organically. If you do baby changing, that one comes up as very high. So let's look it up. So that one is 23,401 person using that same listing. So that shows you that is also very competitive. So therefore, it's going to be very, very hard for you to be in page 1 of Etsy. You might end up in page 250. And you don't want to be there because people are not going to go through 200 pages to find a baby changing pad. They might go, if you're lucky, they might go to the 3rd page to shop. And after that, they're done. They found a product. They just buy anything. But they're not going to take the time to go through pages after pages after pages to find that. So this is why it's so important that you rank at least on page 1. That's the ideal. Maybe page 2, but you always want to be on the first page because people are not going to browse through like 15 pages just to find your product. So definitely need to work on your keywords. You want to make sure that you use keywords also that are not broad, that are very specific to your product. If you put mats, that's too broad. A mat could be a yoga mat. It could be a mat for the floor. It could be a mat for the front door. It could be It could be pretty much anything. So when you do that, when you just put a broad word, you're targeting to anybody. You're not targeting to people that have kids that need a changing pad. Now you're targeting people that need a mat for their home. You see how all when I type in the word mat, it just all random stuff comes up. Yoga mats, even I don't even know what this is. Some type of moss mat. I mean, but you see what I'm saying? So that's how you find your target audience, is targeting to specific people. So saying baby changing pad, that's specific. But if you say pad by itself, that's too broad. Now you're targeting anybody. And when you don't target the right audience, you don't make money, because you can't target a baby changing pad to someone that doesn't have a baby. They're not going to be interested and they're not going to buy from you. And that's what's happening when you use that one specific word. So that one you shouldn't even have in the list at all, because it's too general. You have to make sure it's very specific to the person you're targeting. If I'm looking for a blue lamp, I'm going to put blue table lamp. I wouldn't just use the word blue, and I wouldn't just use the word table or lamp, because a lamp could be just pretty much anything. It could be a table lamp, it could be a wall lamp, it could be a lamp for outside. So you got to be very granular with your searches. We're very specific. And then what you do is you could take one that you're doing good, like this one here, portable change mat. That's a really good one that you have. You come up here, you click on get keywords, and it's going to spit out additional keywords. A lot of times you have to do this a couple times, because if you are in a competitive niche like I am as well, and it does get a little bit hard to find potential keywords, they are out there. You just got to do the grunt work of rechanging the words and trying this, that okay, I didn't find any, and trying this wording, I didn't find any, and trying and keep doing that. But as you can see, this is like a list of different keywords that are similar to what we typed in. So that's the one that you currently have, which is great. Portable mat, that's a great one. That's another one. So we already got 2 tags that you can use. Portable changing, that's another one. If your portable changing mat is cotton, you might be able to use that one, even though it's a little bit not as specific, but I mean, you can still use it. And you just got to keep looking through here. I don't think that one is as close as to your product. Portable diaper mat, I don't know if that kind of goes with yours. It might go. I don't know. You know your product a little bit more than me. That one might be a good one there. And you just got to keep doing this. Changing pad roll, maybe that's too broad. This keeps saying nappy change mat. I don't know what the word nappy means in that sense. Diaper changer, that's a good one there because it's specific. Even travel changer is not that bad, because people might need one when they travel with the baby. So it might fit your niche. But you got to keep doing that. And then you come up here, you write the ones that you found that are very specific to your product. Don't just use any keyword because they're low competition. Make sure it's very specific to what you're selling. And if you don't find it, then you just change it again, and you put, now you use the word diaper instead of mat. So now we change it up again. And then you look at the new keywords to see what you found. So then you go through them. Let's see, baby changing mat. That one is a good one. It's under 6,000, so that would be a good one to add to your list. Diaper changing pad, that would be a good one. I would do all the green ones first. If you could find 13 tags that are green, do that first. If you can't find that many, because some items it's going to be so competitive, it's going to be really hard for you to find any. Make sure that you search all the green ones first. If you find, like, let's say 7 green ones and like 5 medium competition that are yellow, that's fine. But just try to stick with the green ones first, because those are the ones that are going to drive you the most traffic to your shop. So portable diaper mat, that would be a good one there. I think that's the one that you currently have. Portable changing. So you could, as you can see, we're finding new keywords. You just got to look for them. You got to kind of do the grunt work of like searching for them and kind of matching it as close to your product. Don't just use any. This one, diaper changer, that I think that won't be a good one. Maybe even this one. Oh no, that's a diaper bag, so maybe not that one. But if you sell diaper bags, you could use that one. Diaper pad mat, that's a good one right there. That's actually very, very precise to what you're selling. And that's the key. You have to make sure. Diaper station, I think that will be a really good one for you as well. So just doing that, just keep doing that, keep doing that. You keep finding keywords, writing down a piece of paper, work on doing that, and you'll see that you'll start finding keywords that you can compete for organically and get organic traffic. So you do the SEO, you got all the new keywords. Once you have all the new keywords, you want to make sure you put the keywords in your title. You want to make sure that the keyword that's the one that describes your item the best, you put it right in the beginning. You also want to include your keywords in the first 160 characters of your listing description. The reason why that is an on-page SEO factor. So when Google, like let's say somebody went and Google your item on Etsy, right? I'm sorry, on Google. This is what they see when they find your listing. Let's say somebody typed in changing mat. This is what they see. This is the link of your shop. And then right here, this is called meta description. And the meta description should be very enticing. It should be 160 characters and it should motivate someone to click on the actual listing. So you have to write a very enticing meta description. I wouldn't include, like, you see how you have all the keywords right there? I wouldn't do it that way only because it doesn't look enticing enough for someone to click on it. So I would just remove that and I would just have one keyword and, say something like, get this beautiful changing mat is unisex or whatever it is, but just describe it, make it sound natural. Just don't stuff a whole bunch of keywords and then it looks unnatural. It doesn't sound right. So just making sure it sounds nice. Give it a nice, enticing description because that's what people see before they click on it, before they go to your item. So you want to make sure that you do that. Now, once you have that, you put all your keywords here. You put the main keyword up here in your listing, in your meta description. You sprinkle the other keywords throughout your listing. So you would put, get this beautiful changing mat here. And then you have, let's say this is another keyword, portable change mat. The size of this portable change mat is, and then let's say this is another keyword, baby mat. If you have any questions about the baby mat, please you see what I'm saying? So keep including those keywords there. That's an SEO on-page factor for the search engines. That's how they know that that page is about a baby changing pad. That's how Google understands what a page is about. That's why you have to put it in the tags. That's why you have to put it on your title. That's why you have to put it throughout the listing description. But you want to do it natural. So you put in the keywords, but you want to put them in sentences so it could sound organically nice. It doesn't sound like you just put like 20 keywords in one little section. So once you have that, then you go down here and you use all 13 tags as well. You did do the category correctly. I had checked that for you already. If you ever have a listing that you're not really sure which category it should be on, if you go to Etsy Rank and you go to tools and category tool, it will tell you where it should be. The reason why that's important is because some people shop by keywords and some people shop by category. Like they go and browse through categories. You want to make sure that you have both ends covered so you could get the most traffic to your Etsy shop. So now you did the SEO, you did your list, you did your pictures. Now we're moving on to listing description. So the SEO is how people find your item. The picture, the beautiful picture, is how people are enticed to click on it because they just love your item. They just want to buy it. The listing description is what closes out the sale. That's how I kind of like have it in my store. The listing description builds credibility. It tells the customer everything they need to know about that particular item. So you have to make sure that it's easy to read, that it's enticing for buyers, that you use all the tags somewhere in the listing description, and that you appeal to that customer. Make sure that it's well written, like I said, and that you include everything and anything. You want to make sure that you include the size, the shape, the color, return policy, shipping policy, anything and everything the customer might have a question about, because this will avoid unnecessary messages to your Etsy shop, even though a lot of people don't read, and you're going to start noticing that. And also, it will help build credibility and trustworthiness. Another reason why you want to include everything as detailed as possible is because if later on somebody was to buy an item from your shop, and they were to place, let's say they were to do like a case, open a case against your shop because they felt like the item wasn't described the right way or whatever, you are covered. You don't have to worry about getting your store shut down or getting like a bad mark on your shop because of someone else saying that your item wasn't described because you really didn't describe it correctly. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to details. I will also break down the description in what they're getting, how to order, shipping policy, return and exchanges, how to contact me, and so on. Kind of like divided into sections, easy to read, easy to follow. They could go straight to where they want to know. I just want to know about shipping. Okay, it's right here. I want to know just the size. Oh, it's right here. So kind of make it easy to read. Another thing I recommend doing is adding a backlink. So if you go here to your main page and you take this here, like you copy this down. So don't copy after the question marks, just your name of your shop. You take that link and you put it right here on the bottom of your listing description. And what that does is that when somebody's reading your listing and they go on the bottom, they don't click up here and leave your shop. They click here and it takes them to your home page, and the potential of them buying something does increase because you're keeping them longer in your Etsy shop. So the longer you keep them in your shop, the higher the potential you have of making a sale. And ultimately, that's what you want to do as well. So these are my tips for listing description. Now, the other thing you have to really work on is the curation of your shop. Making sure that your shop has a cohesive look. I know we talked about earlier, I was mentioning, I think on Facebook, that I love your banner. You have a really cute banner. And I love your profile picture as well. I like the fact that you have a picture here of yourself. You have also a little tag, which is really cute actually, by the way. I like it. So it's really, really nice. But everything else doesn't look like it goes together. If I was to look at this picture and that one and this one, I don't know that it comes from the same shop. And that's what cohesive brand is. So cohesive brand means that everything from that shop, if I was to see you in Google on the search results, I know that that came from that particular store. And it's something hard to master. I think it takes time to master that. It's a lot of trial and failure. I know for sure I had a lot of issues with that because the main issue of being an Etsy seller, especially when you're a small business and you're first starting, is that you got to wear a lot of hats. So not only are you making a product, you got to learn SEO, you got to learn photography, you got to learn branding, you got to learn how to have an eye for everything to be cohesive. So it is a lot to take, and I understand why a lot of shops are not cohesive because I particularly wasn't cohesive as well when I first started because it was something that I really didn't understand, or it was something that took time to kind of like learn. Like you take the time, you do it, and you like every time you're like, oh, I could make this listing better. And 6 months you look back at the list and you're like, oh, I could make those pictures better. And then you start becoming very critique about your shop. Like you start looking at it and knowing, oh, I could do better picture, or I could do something better than that, because you get better at it. So don't beat yourself for it, because there's a lot to learn and it's a learning curve and it's going to take time, and you're not the only one. Even people that had make a lot of money more than me at one point had to start somewhere. So don't feel like, oh my God, this is a lot of changes. It is a lot, but it's going to benefit your shop. And the more you do it, the better you're at. And then later on, if you create a new shop, that one you'll start it perfectly because you know the in and out, you know what to do, you know how to create a beautiful, cohesive shop that has a great title, a great banner. I mean, has a great look to it. It looks cohesive and so on. And let me see if I can find one of my favorite stores. They have like very, very pretty stuff. They have a very cohesive look. I wanted to show you. This is kind of an idea. But if I was to look at this picture, I know that it kind of goes with this one and that one. It looks like it's all from the same store. And they do a really good job of having all their colors kind of the same colors. It's all like neutrals and light colors. and it's very, very put together, very, very nice. And this is having a cohesive look that when I look at this picture, I look at that one, and then let's say that one, and that one, I could kind of think, oh, they kind of go with the same company. So that's what you want to do with your Etsy shop, that you want everything to be very cohesive. As you can see, these are different comforters, but the look of it is very similar, you see? You could tell that that comes from the same company. And that's what a cohesive brand, that's the best way I could describe it. That's what a cohesive brand. When I look at your products, it looks like it's 5 different stores. So you want to make sure that something is cohesive, something is the same in the background. So maybe have the same background for every picture you have. And that would give you a cohesive look right there automatically. You know, they have, like I said earlier, the light box that you could do. I personally think because you sell different items, I will have one with a baby changing him. I will have another one with a baby and you burping the baby and using the actual product. I think those are better pictures for you because it's actually showcasing what they are. When I look at it like this, I don't know what am I buying a cloth? Am I buying a towel? What am I buying? It's like it's a little confusing, to be honest. And they're beautiful products. That's not the problem is not that you don't have great items. The problem is the pictures are can be a little bit confusing and they could be a lot better, to be honest. So you have to make sure that if you don't know what a cohesive brand is, look it up, look up different examples of different shops so you could kind of see how they have all their pictures set up. And in the future, you could use the same banner, but what I would suggest is if you look at the most prominent shops on Etsy, what they have in common is that their banner, so this banner up here, they have their hours of operation in it, they have their social media links on it, they have also their website if they have one, and it looks so professional, so pretty, and you want to make sure that I know that you have your About Me story and you have one picture, which is beautiful, and you have your story, which is really good. I would even consider adding more pictures, maybe a picture of yourself working, so it could build credibility that you know you are making these items, and it's just nice to see stuff like that. Um, I would also do social media. You didn't send me any. I'm assuming you don't have any at the current moment, which is fine. But I highly suggest that you start building your social media. You do an Instagram account, you do a Pinterest account, you do a Facebook account. Facebook because people when they search for business, that's the first place they go to. They go to Facebook and they type in the person's store to find it. And Instagram because Instagram and Pinterest are really, really good for Etsy shoppers. I mean Etsy sellers because people is visual place is where you sell stuff. So I highly recommend doing both of them. And I highly recommend doing Pinterest. I mean, Pinterest is my number one place to go to. I also use Pinterest and I use an app called Tailwind. And the app, what it does is automatically pins for me every day. So I don't have to do it. So for instance, I actually grew my Pinterest account from a 90-day period. I grew it from getting barely 13 clicks to my Etsy shop to in July I had over I want to say it was 940 something clicks. And then for this month, for September, for August, I've already gotten over 1,500 clicks right now. So it does work. Pinterest does send a lot of traffic to my shop, but because I have a newborn and I was very occupied, I started using the automated system to pin for me because I don't have the time to do like Etsy videos and blogging, and I have my full-time job that I do digital marketing plus my business at home. So it's just too much for me. But I recommend using it. It does drive tons of traffic from Etsy, from Pinterest to your shop. I also necessarily wanted to kind of cover like you don't have a lot of items in your shop, but I don't want you to feel like a lot of people say you have to have thousands of products to sell. That's not true because I've seen shops that only have like 86 products. I saw this one shop had 86 products. She sold more than me and I got like 3,000 products in one shop, but she sold like 23,000 sales, but she uses Pinterest. And that's what got me using Pinterest, because of her. So, to be honest with you, if you have amazing products, you have a very beautiful store, you have the right keywords, you don't necessarily have to have like 2,000 items to make money. You could have 100 items and make a lot of money. You just have to work on those things, on the things that we talked about. That way you could have more sales and increasing sales. Everything is an illusion. If the picture looks great, amazing, I could be shopping for something else, find that picture by mistake, and be like, I want that. Just because, I mean, I know I've done it before. I just bought yesterday some earrings because I thought they were so cute. I bet when they come in, I'm like, oh, they're okay. But the picture was amazing. So they got me. So people are emotional buyers, and they do that. They'll see something and be like, wow, this is so great. And they'll click on it. And then they end up buying it. So you want to make sure that you work on that. And but these are my critiques on your store. The final thing I did want to say, I'm sorry, is that once you do all these changes to your store, it's very important that you commit to doing a quarterly or even monthly. I do mine's monthly, but like a quarterly review of your shop. It's so important that you understand everything and anything about your shop. So making sure that you pay attention to key performance indicators. So you're making sure that what is selling, what is getting conversion rates, what is doing good, like what are people liking, what are people not liking, right? Focus, and then focusing your energy on the listings that people are liking. So if you see that you have the top seller, and this is your top seller, this baby changing pad, and the pattern, this pattern is your favorite, is the one that people buy the most, make matching items with it. Maybe do a whole line of it, like make cloth, burp cloths with it, and then make additional items to go with the item. That's how you make a robust line that you make more money. So you take one actual product that you do really, really well with, and you multiply the product in different items, and that's how you make a line that people will buy. And then you could also say, hey, I have matching items, and then they'll go and buy those matching items. So that's very important that you take the time to understand your shop. I personally tell everybody do Google Analytics, because the more you know who your audience is, the better targeting you could do. So if you do Google Analytics, it's free. I have a video on how to set it up. You could go through my YouTube channel. Well, you're my YouTube channel now. So I have a video on it. And the reason why you want to do Google Analytics is because it measures, it tells you like where your traffic is coming from, who's your traffic, if it's female, male, where they're from, what age they are. And these are important things, because if you ever run a Facebook ad, one of the things they ask you is who you want, like the age, who you want to target. You don't know, so you're gonna be like, I don't know, like 20 to 30. No, it's better if you know, because then you targeting your audience. You're targeting the right people that are gonna buy your product. You don't want to just go in there and put baby changer and just put any keywords, and you're targeting everybody, but not everybody wants your product. You see, you don't want to, like I said earlier, you don't want to target a man that doesn't have kids to buy your product, because they're not going to buy from you. You want to target that mom that just had a newborn that shops for stuff like this on Etsy. So that's why it's important to sign up for Google Analytics, because the more you understand about your shop, the more you understand about who your actual audience is, the more money you make. It's so important that you understand the market that you're in, and because this is the one step that everybody neglects. Nobody knows who their target audience is. They just open a shop and just think, okay, I'm gonna open the shop and I'm just gonna get sales. And it doesn't work that way. You open the shop, you have to, before you open a shop, you should have been doing competition research to see if this is a new market, if it's growing, if it's new, if it's mature, like it's like kind of like stale, like it's not really growing. Um, Asking other experts in the same niche questions about it, and then defining who your potential target is. This is so important. But it doesn't mean that you can't start doing it now. But there are a lot of free tools out there that you can use to find who is your potential target. So I would leave a link below with everything that I talked about. So another thing I highly recommend as a new shop, it doesn't matter whether you got 4 sales or you got 58 sales, is signing up for QuickBooks. QuickBooks is the automated software that helps you with your taxes. and you want to start doing your taxes quarterly. You don't want to not do your taxes or wait till the end of the year and have to pay penalties because you didn't know that you got to pay taxes every quarter, as an Etsy seller or any self-employed business. So I want to definitely get you started the proper way. I leave a link below as well for that. And, there's a lot of resources now. So if you put a little bit of work every day, just hustle with it. If you have a full-time job, when you get home, just do an hour at least every night. Just commit to it. Do the changes. You will see improvement. You do have beautiful items, so I don't think you'll have any problems with it. It just rebranding your business basically. That's all it is. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If this is your first time watching, please guys, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to shop at Nana's Bouquet. I'm gonna leave a link below to her shop. Make sure you give her some love, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.